Buttercups? I'm really excited about this video. I've been looking forward to it for a while. So today I am going to be ruining beer for science. I am going to be ruining it with heat, cold, oxygen, light, and then a mystery ruiner. I've also got my control beer here. It's a Belgian lager, Stella Artois. If I'm nervous about anything, it's that I won't have messed the beer up enough, or maybe my nose or my palate won't be developed enough to really detect what's wrong with them. Okay, I think that's enough of me explaining all of this. I think it's time for us to get started. I like that sound. All right, since this is a beer tasting, I'm using a tasting glass, and I'm just going to be pouring directly into the center. Now, this beer isn't straight out of the refrigerator. I let it sit out at room temperature for a little bit just so I could get some more aroma out of it. Oh, that smells really nice. Yep, just a nice clean lager, very malty, which I'm pleased about. It's just got that nice light toasty kind of a flavor, what I would expect from a standard lager. Great, so I've got the control. I can compare this to the shitty beer. All right, so as you can see, this is my beer that has been exposed to heat. The way that I went about exposing it to heat was I just let it come to room temperature because I was storing it cold. Then I put it in a pot with some water, which I slowly heated up. So it was sitting and it got pretty hot. I just didn't want it to explode on the stovetop. So it sat in heat for a while. And then I re-refrigerated it just so that I wouldn't be just tasting the fact that it was warm, but I wanted to see if applying heat and then chilling it again would do anything to mess up the flavor. This one I'm nervous that I didn't mess it up enough. This is one of those ones where I'm not sure I'll be able to detect it. But let's see. Oh, that smells bad. Okay, so I definitely messed it up enough. Yeah, it smells like a little, it's like a little bit like a gym sock. It's just not good. You can tell it wasn't well taken care of. Yeah, I don't want to put this in my mouth again. The mouthfeel of it was bad too because it's just like the carbonation is off. It's just all off. Yeah. So applying heat, that's the three main enemies of beer are heat, oxygen, and light, and I can see why. All right. So now for the cold one.
Oh, that's thick.
Yeah. That was gross. I need some water. Ugh. Okay, so I'm finding that after I let that last beer sit in my mouth for a little bit, my mouth feels a little slimy now, like I keep puckering just because it just tasted so gross. But now I did mention that the three main enemies of beer were heat, oxygen, and light. But the same can be said for beer that's too cold. This beer has been sitting in the freezer for a little while now. Not for too long because, again, I just didn't want it to explode on me. But I know when beer is too cold, it can dull the taste and the aroma of it. So I'm interested in comparing this to that. Woo. yeah, there's like no head. That's pretty weak. Okay. Not much smell. Like a little faint toasty smell, but it mostly just smells cold, if cold can smell, which, yeah, it smells like freezer. I just accidentally instantly swallowed it. I don't think my mouth knew what to do. So I'm gonna try that again. Yeah, really just minimal flavor there. Like all I'm really getting is just the carbonation and the cold. There's not much flavor to it. There's like almost like a little hint of beer flavor, but I mean, I think the cold is just completely throwing it off. If you want to get the most out of your beer, you shouldn't be freezing it. You shouldn't have frozen glasses. You want nice room temperature glassware, and ideally even you might want to pull the beer out just a little bit before serving it, pull it out of the fridge, so that you do get it nice and like opening up and those rich aromas. Okay, I'm done with the cold. I think next we're going to move on to oxygen. I'm just revisiting the control right now. It is a good, I guess, palate cleanser. It's actually really tasty. I'm pleased that I chose this beer. It's a shame I'm destroying it. I'm sorry, Stella. Stella! Now we're moving on to oxygen. The way I got oxygen into this beer is not how you would typically encounter oxygen messing up beer. I just popped the lid open just a little bit this morning, so it's probably gonna be a little more flat. Okay, let's give this one a shot. Well, it's already got like a head at the top of the beer. I don't think you can see, so let me pull this label back. Oh no, you can't see when I pull the label either. Well, it does have though, there's like a good thickness of head right here. Maybe you can see in the back, like it starts right here and goes up. So that's not something I would imagine you would want to see. Or maybe I'm just confused. No, you wouldn't want to see that. You wouldn't want to see that. Okay. All right. I'm surprised there is still carbonation. So like I just popped the lid open just a little bit. So maybe if I had opened it more, it would be less so, but let's give it a taste and see how it goes. Somehow, the carbonation isn't what's wrong with this, but there's something off about the taste. And I don't know if this is just me looking into it, or maybe I just don't know enough and I don't have an experienced enough palate, but it almost tastes a little coppery to me. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I may have to go back and check my studies, read some literature about the subject. Yeah, it tastes off, but it's not flat the way I was expecting. That being said, if I had taken the lid completely off, I think it would be a little more flat. Okay, on to the skunked beer. I think this is the beer that I'm most excited to try. I'm hoping that it's disgusting. I let this beer set out in the sun all of yesterday afternoon, a little bit of yesterday morning too. So hopefully it's been messed up by the light. Skunking beer is why I chose Stella Artois in particular. The green bottles do not provide protection against sunlight. So if you see a beer that comes in a clear bottle or a green bottle, it's not going to be protected from light waves the way that you get with like a brown beer bottle or a can. All right, let's give it a shot. combination, everything looks fine. I hope this works. I hope I didn't just like set it out in the sun and film this whole video and it doesn't smell gross. Like if it smells fine. Oh no! Oh God! That's foul. That smells foul. I guess that's what I wanted. I'm kind of regretting being excited about this beer because now I'm gonna taste it. Help me. That was terrible. That had a disgusting aftertaste. I can see where it's called skunked because it has that like funky, yuck, gross, terrible, disgusting, all of the bad words. It's all of the bad words. Don't do this to beer. Just save yourself. I guess unless you're trying to study so you can identify what's wrong with beer. But if you're just a casual fun drinker, don't set your beer out in the light. That's gross. Okay, I'm done. Please take this away. For the fifth and final ruined beer, I have given James free reign. I told him, mess up a beer, don't tell me how you're messing it up, but do something with it, and I'm going to try to guess what he did to it. Okay, so here is the James beer. I don't know what he did to it. He was just in the kitchen doing something, but let's see if I can figure out what he did. That little mischievous little elf. Because elves are mischievous. Okay, I'm pouring. Well, it doesn't have much head, so that's not a good sign. Yeah, something smells off. It smells... Did you put sugar? Is that sugar? Is there... No, there's spice too. Did you put... I think James put sugar and cayenne. I think he tried to throw me off by putting in two things. I think that's got sugar and cayenne in it. Am I right?
You are correct.
I'm correct. If you're wondering if that's a good combination, the answer is no. But yeah, it's definitely sweet and spicy. And I'm glad that he tried to throw me for a loop because at first I was just thinking sugar. But then right there at the end I was like, ah, there's a kick. There's a little burn there that shouldn't be there. I have thoroughly ruined, with a little help from James, 5 beers in the name of beer science. Is this good science? Probably not, but it's science. I think, maybe, technically, possibly. I can say the least gross one was probably the freezer, the one that was cold. It just didn't taste like much of anything. The grossest for me, I would say, was probably... I'm going to lean toward the skunked beer just because it was such an unnatural, funky flavor, and I don't want to taste that again. So, overall, this stuff is gross. I'm glad I did it. I'm ready to drink like a good beer now, just to cleanse my palate. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. Please give this video a like and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Be sure to check out my other videos. There may be something that piques your interest in them as well. I'll see you guys next time. Later.